It is Valentine's week. Saturday is Valentine's Day. And, I figured 2 days before is about as much as advance notice as most guys are going to be receptive to. So today, we're talking about local chocolate with one of the best, one of the most talented chocolate makers and visionaries in Minnesota. Mary Leonard owns Chocolat Celeste, and she's with us in studio. Mary, I've known you for a long time. It's great to see you.
Hi, nice to see you too.
What makes chocolate and Valentine's Day go together?
Oh, I think that chocolate actually raises people's spirits when they get a box of chocolates. And I think that we all need that these days, a little more than in other years.
Yeah.
And so it's really an important thing to remember people that they're special to you. And chocolate has chemical effects on your brain.
Oh.
And it does make you happier. It makes you feel better. And the taste is fabulous.
I was wondering what sort of chemical. I mean, if things are going to go well for me on Valentine's Day, there may be certain chemical effects that I want to take place.
Serotonin.
So
increase in serotonin and dopamine.
So if you were to give me love advice on Valentine's night, I'm with my wife.
Yes.
We're in our St. Paul apartment. When in the progression of things should the chocolate come out?
I think it probably should be before dinner.
Probably before dinner.
Yes. And
people usually wait for after.
Yeah, but you want to make sure you get to enjoy the chocolates, not be full and say, oh, I can't. Especially the woman in the relationship saying, oh, I couldn't do that,
Right.
and feel guilty about it. You have to just stop that in its tracks and say how much you love her. And you love everything about her and how she looks and her figure, and give her chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, a wonderful champagne, not just any champagne to start the night off.
If this is how I play the night, with any luck, we're not even getting to dinner at that point,
Mm-hmm. And do you sing? You could sing a little something to her, too.
I don't know if that's helping me at all. I'm not sure. Mary Leonard, Dan has heard me sing.
I have heard him sing. It's not helping him at all. No.
Yeah, I had a guy that sung to me, so it was always just extra special because of that.
It's a little better.
Yeah.
It's a little better. Mary Leonard is with us. Chocolat Celeste is in St. Paul.
Yes.
And you've been around for how many years now?
25.
And describe the type of chocolates that you create, because they are little works of art as well as being delicious.
Well, first of all, I always make sure that I use the best chocolate that's available and that they're fresh chocolates. They don't have any preservatives, and that the effect of it is lasting. When you taste one of mine and you let it melt in your mouth, you can have that same flavor in your mouth for a few minutes. And I try to create a gift that's beautiful. I gave you a box that is a black box of chocolate.
Indeed.
That had a beautiful fuchsia hot pink bow on it. And I have to say, if you handed that to somebody with a bottle of champagne, there's no way that they would be, not thinking that it wasn't something that you really loved them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you wanted to go for it.
That's right. The box is part of it, right?
The box is part of it, yeah.
So talk a little, and I'm holding a box if you're watching on our stream right now. This is a 4-piece.
That's a 4-piece box.
And the box itself has like a little red. It's red, which of course the color of love, but it's got like a little shine. It feels like a jewelry box, like very luxurious.
And I'll have to say, the guy that gives that is usually the one that walks in the door, and I have to say, he's not the guy that I'd ever go out with or marry.
Oh,
the 4-piece. No, he's looking to make sure he gets out of there with not spending much money. But of course, they're fabulous chocolates that are in there. There's a raspberry and an amaretto and a milk chocolate one. It's a sample of every flavor or combination we have. Some of our chocolates, we call them bonbons because they have images on top. We have 12 of each, 12 flavors, or actually we have 16 flavors. There's 8 are truffles that are round, and 8 have images on them. and they all have something to do with Valentine's.
This
Valentine's Day.
Little lips on
my
this one.
favorite one is actually champagne hibiscus.
Ooh.
And it's unbelievably good. I made it again today, and it was I had to lick the spoon on the way to the sink.
How do you get your inspiration for flavors?
Well, this last one was a customer who loves foods that have hibiscus.
Huh.
And then I had another one that was a lawyer that used to work with me. And I created something that is like a Mexican cookie. It had anise and ginger and cinnamon in it. And it's a brochito. And it was, that's a flavor that not everybody's familiar with, but it's pretty powerful.
Mary Leonard is with us. Chocolat Celeste. You were not a chocolate maker for your whole life, right? You left a sort of a corporate career.
Yes.
To go do this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I had always wanted to own a business. My mother owned a business, and she had a wonderful life, treating herself to all the things that she could with her, I sometimes would call them winnings. The mink coat, the new car every year, etc. So she had a very nice life, and I'm very happy that she did. And I wanted to have a business of my own, and the last job I had involved the internet. So I was starting an internet website. I actually got involved in chocolate right after I got divorced when I was 32. I traveled all the time for work Monday through Friday, and I'd come home and I didn't have anything to do, so I took flying lessons and I took chocolate, and chocolate stuck, and I made it for many years until I made it into a business. I did major in college in something called food and business. Mm-hmm.
At the U of M, right?
At the U of M, yes. Yeah. And it was bringing a product to market. Mm-hmm.
When you look at chocolate, people are always worried about health. Is chocolate good for me? Is it too fattening? Is it too sugary? What should people know?
Well, the mass market is bad for you. It's not really chocolate.
You can tell the difference. It's sugar. It's like cocoa
it's
flavor.
Sugar, but it's sugar, and it's another fat other than cocoa butter. Yeah. And it's even gotten worse recently because of the increase in price of chocolate.
Chocolate as the cocoa bean is just like coffee. We've seen an explosion in cost, right?
Yes. So that the mass market has gone below the legal level to below 20%.
Oh,
In
really?
ours, it's 61 to 70% chocolate. Then the rest is whipping cream and butter. And one chocolate is half of the minimum daily requirements for fat. So everybody needs fat. So I would suggest that you have 1 or 2 or 3 in a day. Yeah. It's not going to hurt you at all. And the other things with high fructose corn syrup, if you're diabetic, they're just not good for you, and they're not enjoyable either.
I think especially right now, like trying to support a local chocolate maker is really important. That, I think, as a gift, also says that you care about our community in a time that we know retailers have been struggling a little bit.
Yeah. We've been struggling a little.
I put a list at Minnesota Monthly's website. Obviously, Mary is here, so we want you to support Chocolat Celeste. But I put a list at MinnesotaMonthly.com as well with some of the other chocolate makers that we have in our area. There are a lot more of them. It is a tough business, though, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, I've seen a lot come and go in my 25 years. And
what's the hardest thing about it?
I think it's the physical nature of it, and also the fact it's a highly seasonal business, and that you have revenue at Christmas time and Valentine's Day, and not so much until it comes around again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the hard part. So you have to be creating something new all the time, and creating something new that's seasonal to keep people interested.
And you do like corporate gifting and things like that?
I do a lot of corporate gifting.
That helps, right?
I do have a lot of corporate gifts. That I do logos on chocolate that are in full color. And I have law firms and financial advisors. And, I have a skincare company right now that's visiting the Mayo Clinic that gets them every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all of those things kind of keep the money going for sure.
And was in sales before, so I am always working on telling more people about what I do and how good it is.
Are you worried about, and one of our commenters at our YouTube stream is asking about sort of the failing cocoa crops around the world, that climate change is affecting
I'm
things?
not worried about that as much because the brand I use, Valrhona, has their own plantations, and they're not the old plants that are in Africa. They are plantations that they own in South America, Madagascar, and they have really worked on their plants being sustainable.
It's so interesting. I mean, we think about, you just think you can go to the store or go to your shop and get chocolate, but the reality is, like, this is a farmed product and it's subject to all the commodities things that anybody else is.
It's a long trip to market for chocolate. It's not grown in the United States at all.
Mary Leonard is with Chocolat Celeste. Do you visit other chocolate shops in the Twin Cities?
Occasionally, I have friends. There are two other women that are in the business. One has sold now, but they were always. I would say I would try to enact an annual meeting with them.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that used the pure things. I generally don't interact with people that have a different kind of product or different philosophy than me.
A texter says, here's another pro-chocolate line you could try. Chocolate comes from a bean, therefore it's a vegetable.
Yes, it is. It is a vegetable. That is true. No, actually, it's not a vegetable.
No.
It's a fruit.
It is a fruit. That's right.
It comes off a tree. It's a fruit.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever it takes, and you recommend...
I recommend...
Go bigger than 4.
Go bigger than 4.
Go bigger than 4.
Go bigger than 4.
Mary Leonard, I love your chocolates. I think they're so good. And so go support over Valentine's week, but then the rest of the year it's available. So good to visit with you. Thanks for coming in.
Nice to see you again.
Chocolat, Chocolat Celeste. You could Google Chocolate Celeste. It'll find it too.
Yes.
Thanks, Mary.